Welcome to the Game Time Night channel. We are free and ready to rock and roll this beautiful midday live stream on Grant Lee Sherman Civil War Generals 2. This is our current game we have been playing on the glorious midday live stream. The one, the only, the beautiness, and we have an early start to today's midday live stream. As I was discussing yesterday, we kept it short and sweet because today our schedule has opened up for the beautiful Battle of Gettysburg. So this is going to be a long one, my friends. We're going to get a few hours in today, no doubt. And hopefully we don't have to get up too many times to use the restroom, because I myself, I can go about 2 hours and then I got to take a leak. So we'll see how our bladder holds up today. So we had a little battle yesterday. It was the second battle of Fredericksburg. Nothing big, no big deal, easy battle, and we just started preparing on our start of Gettysburg today. We are playing as the Union on this campaign. So there's going to be 80 turns in this battle. This is the big one. This might be the biggest battle of the game. Harper's Ferry was a big deal. Harper's Ferry took a long time. But that's mainly because I refused to lose that battle playing as the Union. So yesterday we already kind of went over our reinforcements. Right now it's July 1st, 1863 at 6 a.m. And the last reinforcements will arrive at 7 o'clock on July 1st. So by 1900 hours, which is about, how many turns would that be? 6 to 6 is 12, 50, about 30 turns. So about 30 turns into the game, we will receive our last bit of reinforcements. So I kind of had an idea yesterday, just looking at the map, of possibly forming up east here of Hospital Graveyard. Let me zoom out so we can get a little idea of the battlefield here. Because majority of our reinforcements are coming from the east. At that same time, though, we could just rush in there. See, in the south here, south of Gettysburg, is a lot of wooded area. That is not what I want. As far as the enemy to attack me. You know, if I want the enemy to come after me, I want him to come after me in open ground. And the best open ground is in the east of Gettysburg, as we were discussing, and also north, slightly northeast. And I'm kind of looking at the roads, seeing how they lay out, and what would be a possible positioning for our artillery. Being such a large battle, there is going to be chances where we're probably going to have to be moving our artillery around. And it's not really the best ground, I could say, for that idea. So the roads aren't conducive to our plans. What is the terrain height over here? Ah, did not mean to do that. Flip the menu. Terrain height. So over here by the Rocky Grove Schoolhouse, this tile right here, this tile, everything along this road here, this spot right here is good for artillery because it has a height of 7, height of 8, so they can shoot over these trees here and attack the open ground here. This open ground by this Benner House and the Rebel Hospital and the hospital graveyard, that's going to be our killing zone, essentially. So we can line some artillery up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Maybe put 3 more right here. So we've got several tiles there for our artillery. We do have 2 horse artillery. Odd. They only have a range of 5, though, the horse artillery. But the majority of our traditional artillery should all have parrot rifles. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Turn up the height. So the horse artillery, we might put in these 2 little forest clearings here, or right on the edge of the forest here, and the rest of our artillery we're going to put up here by the Rocky Grove Schoolhouse. The Rocky Grove Schoolhouse is going to be our artillery division. Okay, we're going to start moving out. I'm going to zoom out here. And our infantry is all going to be along this road here. Our cavalry, the cavalry is probably going to be better. I think the cavalry would be better to put in the southeast, south of Wolf Hill, because they'll be protected from Confederate artillery fire, and they'll be able to move fairly quickly around the Confederate army in the south. A lot better than the infantry. The infantry that will do the large flanking maneuver will have all this open ground up here to move. So right now we're zoomed out. We're going to get positioned here. Let's start at the bottom here first. And we'll figure out which best way to line up our infantry. Our infantry essentially are just going to be the holding action. Just keeping him at bay. And we are not going to make the same mistake that these 2 armies made historically. We could actually put our 2 horse artillery right here. I think that would be good. We are going to keep our army organized and together, and we're not going to have a spread out chaos. The trick here is his cavalry. His cavalry is going to try and mess up our troop movements here. So it's going to be tricky keeping cohesion, because he's going to try and mess us up with his own cavalry. He's going to try and rush it up try and get us out of, attack us before we get into position, essentially. So that is the game plan. The Brinkerhoff House and the Rocky Grove Schoolhouse. This is going to be our artillery division right here, all up on this hill. Our cavalry is going to hide out down by White Surrey Creek, and they're going to be drinking the water from the creek, keep the horses fresh. Because when we get this battle kind of bogged up right here, the big two armies facing each other down, I'm hoping to get a large encirclement maneuver. So before we end the turn, on our first turn in the Battle of Gettysburg, the turns will go a lot quicker. This is just, we're just preparing ourselves. You know, we're getting ready. We're strategizing. A lot of infantry. A lot of infantry on that road there. A lot of infantry. A little bit down there, but not a big deal. Yep, this is good. This is actually working really good. So York Pike is going to have the majority of our reinforcements. So the majority of the units that are on the battlefield right now, we can deploy them south of York Pike, if that makes sense. All right, end turn. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting day today. We're off work this early morning, and we've got plenty of time today. Usually I just have a couple hours in the middle of the day to do a midday stream, but early start, we're going to be getting after it. And thank you, my friends, to the 75 subscribers. It's so funny how when I finally moved, you know, somewhere that had good internet, it was so much more pleasant making content. I used to just have to do recorded content because I couldn't do live streams, but now we're able to do live streams. It is a thing of beauty. Okay. We have a lot of infantry coming into play. So right now, it's just consolidating everybody up. So some of the starting units are very far away. So we've got one artillery piece down here. These two we'll have those two deployed fairly quickly. Yeah, our cavalry is just going to be covering. They're just going to be covering our troops as they're moving up at the beginning of the battle here. And this was our reinforcements we got. So right now, I'm not too concerned about capturing the flags. I know you get victory points from hexes, but overall you have a major victory more if you just end up completely destroying the enemy army. Okay, so right here with these gentlemen, I'm thinking this is kind of going to be our line here. It's not going to be perfect. Our 2 horse artillery, we're going to pull them probably right here on that ridge, and they'll be able to have a little bit of range, because our horse artillery does not have much range at all. So infantry in the south, we're going to have them deployed around Wolf's Hill. Wow, Wolf's Hill has a height of 9. That is a very high point on the battlefield. So we just got to remember around 1900 is the last of our reinforcements. So it's going to take a few turns to get into position, but you can kind of already see my idea here. Just have a solid blue line east of Gettysburg and let him bunch up together. I want the enemy, the more he comes together in just one large solid mass, the better it will be for us. Now, if he starts spreading out in different army groups,
no, sir,
that is going to be more difficult to deal with. So some of our cavalry is already in position here. Yeah, the cavalry, we don't want to give them full supply. So you have a bit of a range right there. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Our artillery all around here. And the horse artillery here will be deploying right here. They'll kind of cover here. This brigade is going to be renamed Major Temp, knee deep in the Civil War. Yes, we are deep in the Civil War this morning. We are in the Battle of Gettysburg, my friend. Thank you for coming in. And we've made extra time today just for this stream. This is a huge battle. So we are going to position ourselves on the other side of this stream, east of Gettysburg. That is where the majority of our reinforcements are coming from. Okay, all the cavalry is going to move south towards White Run Creek. It's kind of our game plan. We're going to hold our cavalry back here in this valley down here by White's Run Creek. And if we can get the Confederates to bunch up in the city, we'll use our cavalry to swoop around in the south and encircle them this way, while our infantry starts rolling in the north this way. But the computer in this game is very aggressive. They will come to us. We don't have to go to them. They will come to us. So we just let them come to us. I've got to remember too that most of our reinforcements are coming from here, so we really should get this battle line here set up. Okay, so that's kind of the formulation of where our battle line is going to be. Our artillery up on this ridge here. Nice thing about this game is the computer moves really fast. I am zoomed out a lot for the purposes of moving troops a little quicker. But when the heavy fighting starts, we'll be zoomed in much more. And I will zoom in a little bit here. We're using the terrain to our advantage because there is this ridge right here by the Rebel Hospital and Benner House. And that high ground right there, we're using it to our advantage. It's acting as kind of a buffer, because his artillery can't hit us from behind the ridge. And once he moves an artillery up onto the ridge, we will blast it with our artillery up here. So that is kind of the game plan. I have got high faith and hopes for this battle. So we're going to position ourselves here around Wolf's Hill. That is where our infantry in the south will be positioned. And the cavalry, just keep them well rested, because they are going to be doing some crazy run around later in the battle. The cavalry is just good for flanking maneuvers. Alright, start digging in our infantry here. So we kind of need to tighten that line up a little bit here. So it's a pretty thin line. The majority of our infantry we're going to keep in the north, because they're going to swing down against the Confederate forces. Turn. And it'll take the computer a little time, because he's getting reinforcements too. And he's going to bunch up in the town of Gettysburg probably. And then he's probably going to come at us all at one time. He's already kind of consolidating downtown Gettysburg right now. And more reinforcements. So that's our game plan, is just like here. This artillery just come up over the ridge. We open up on him with our artillery. And he won't have time to get his artillery into position.
No, sir.
We could put this artillery piece up on the hill there, which I think we'll do that. Yeah, it's going to take time to get that gun down to the rest of our artillery. This sharpshooter, keep him in the back here. Any reinforcement infantry we have, fill out, start doubling up on the line. So now everybody will start digging in. We do have a gap there. That's not good.
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease,
And we're
man.
using the trees
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man.
as cover.
At ease, man. At ease, man.
Yeah, this is going to work. This is going to work. Turn. Plenty of turns on this battle. It's an 80-turn battle. So we don't necessarily have to rush, you know. Okay, the only thing I don't like is he's starting to send some units up north. I want him to stay in the center. Oh my goodness, we just get a ridiculous amount of reinforcements in this battle. Keep getting those artillery down towards the bottom, up on this ridge by Rocky Grove Schoolhouse. And I've got our cavalry poised and ready down here. We're keeping them all down here to get in position. And in the center here we have Heyman's Brigade. Just in front of our horse artillery. Fire on that. Anybody that comes across that ridge is just going to get blasted with artillery fire. We're not going to give his artillery a chance to set up. We will send them reeling.
At ease, man. 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 At ease, man.
Yeah, this is a good plan. Good plan. We want the bulk of his forces to come straight at us here. He might not do that. He might try to do some flanking maneuver, but if he does, we'll just start our, okay, wait a second. Oh, I think I had some reinforcements that I didn't bring into play. That's okay, no big deal. Yeah, we are deep in the Civil War right now. This is our 16th live stream playing this game. And we just reached the Battle of Gettysburg. So we are deep in it. Yeah, the cavalry is expensive right now to oversupply. So just give the cavalry regular full supply. We'll start getting a lot more supply once we start eliminating the enemy. So it looks like Jay Buford and Jay Kilpatrick are in charge of all the cavalry here. Yeah, this artillery has pretty good range on the battlefield, so it's a good thing we brought that one up to Wolf Hill there. Now, this is the battle that our Parrott rifles are really going to come into play, because they can actually, and we're actually going to move these guys up a little bit. We're going to put them along this ridge here, because our reinforcement artillery will put along the road. And all along the line, just rest and dig in. Thank goodness for hotkeys on this game, because it makes resting all your troops and changing their formation very quick, as opposed to a tedious, constant clicking. R is for rest, F is formation, and D is for digging, so they made it very simple. So we've got a solid blue line of strength. And our long-range artillery is still kind of getting into position here. The cavalry's in position. The infantry's lined up ready to go. Turn. Yeah, when the fighting really starts breaking out on this, it's going to be heavy. It looks like he's going to be really not necessarily pushing directly east as I had thought. It looks like he's going to be pushing more northeast than anything. The Confederacy doesn't seem to be coming down the Benner House Road. They seem to be coming more along the York Pike, which is fine for us. Because our artillery has free range on that road right there. Any Confederate units coming across the Benner House is going to get blasted by our horse artillery here. Yeah, all of our infantry is dug in now. He can't dig in because he's on a stream, but the majority of everybody else is dug in ready for a fight. And most of them have, if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of new units on this battle, but I'm yet to see any bad weapon. The majority of our army has Enfield rifles or better. That's what we've been upgrading to. Okay, he's got kind of a crappy 1822 musket. So far out of all of our infantry, they all have a glorious weapon. So we don't have to look at their weapon. He's got kind of a bad weapon. Only 2 of our infantry brigades have poor choice in weapon. So if we don't have range on anybody, we just rest the artillery. Oh! If we don't have range on anybody with our artillery, we can just rest them. And just keep resting the cavalry. We want their organization to be 100% before they start the flanking maneuver, because this is a large battlefield, and the more they're running across the map, the more they lose their organization. Turn. So I think it's been about 6 or 7 turns out of 80 for us to get into position here. Yeah, he's really gonna... Okay, so that's the Confederacy's game plan. They sense our strength in the center, and they're gonna try to push up the York Pike here and just break our infantry. But he doesn't realize that even though he's coming up the York Pike, we still have a shot on him from our artillery, because we can hit that position. Now, our artillery over here can hit his position. Fire. Just like that, we're already putting him in bad condition.
Addies, man. 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 Addies,
So
Addies, man.
I'm glad we doubled up our infantry in the north, because that is where he's sending the majority of his forces. The more patient we are, and the more we let him bunch up, the better it will be. The last of our reinforcements are going to arrive at 1900 hours. And I believe it's 5 artillery brigades. So when they arrive, we are going to be moving out. So far, he's making a bad mistake by bunching up his forces. Yeah, this is where the majority of the fighting is going to happen now, along the York Pike Road. Oh yeah, we are... You can really tell by the mini-map my plan. A little bit weaker in the south, but we have the cavalry to make up for it. And the north half of our army is where our strength is. That's where we're really going to push out and break him. And I do need to name one of these brigades after Major Chimp here, because we have Hayman's brigade here. He's been a big fan of this playthrough. So we'll rename this brigade well, it would be nice if I typed correctly. The Major Chimp Brigade is right here. And we'll rename that as Major Chimp. So we have the Major Chimp Brigade here. They are rocking Springfield rifles. And they've got 978 men in that brigade at the moment. Now they have just over 1,000. So what's going to happen here is, if these units can come down a little bit, we might have to ignore that artillery piece because he'll keep that out of the way. Our infantry will slowly start moving forward and around. Like, we'll keep a single line holding him at bay. If he really could get bunched up there, I have another tactic that I could use. I could abandon our artillery positions and push out here and here, directly south and north of Gettysburg, and push them against our artillery. We'll see. It'll be the battle always changes depending on how the enemy is attacking you. So it looks like he's bringing up some cavalry. He's got 6 cavalry brigades coming up in the south, thinking he's going to flank us down here. The fool. Oh, this guy just came into range. He already pulled back behind the ridge. As soon as we get an enemy artillery come up on the ridge, we fire on it. Because the artillery is the one we need to keep away. So right now his artillery is behind the ridge. Yeah, artillery is really going to be key here. Keeping him at bay. He might be coming for Bartlett's brigade here in the stream. He might sense that that's the weakest position on our line. Which he wouldn't be wrong in thinking that. Our horse artillery, honestly, I might move it out. I don't know though, he's starting to kind of move up right now. Just hold what you got. And we're having to keep our horses under control. Jay Buford's cavalry division over here just needs to calm down. You know, these boys in blue, they get really excited. They want to charge out, start attacking the enemy. But you've got to listen to your generals and wait for the right moment to strike. Playing as the Union, you have the advantage in numbers and equipment, but you have to just do one big giant push and completely break his spirit. He's going to try and flank us in the north. That's not an issue. The more we let him just crash against this solid blue line, the more trouble he's going to get in. Any flanking he tries to do, we can easily encircle them. That is not an issue. See, like with this infantry, you can pull them back. And it'll kind of tease him a little bit. He'll think, oh, they're retreating. They're pulling back. No. We're just letting you come closer. We're not retreating, we're letting you come closer. We want them right on our face. Yeah. Getting that artillery up on Wolf's Hill was a good idea. It has just got free range up here. So he just brought 3 artillery battery brigades up onto the ridge. So those are our primary targets for our artillery to fire on. We don't want him to start bringing his guns to bear. Oh, nice. He didn't even deploy it yet, so they can't counterfire. Especially that horse artillery. Those units are frustrating because they can move and deploy in the same turn. Beautiful. I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what Drake here thinks he's going to do. He's going to charge our infantry line with his cavalry. That's not going to happen. Alright, up here, we might push out right here quickly. His artillery over here is exposed. So we might break formation here and push out fairly quickly. Yeah, looks like our infantry is about to get on the move here. Everyone south of Grant's position is just going to rest. The infantry brigades in the north. He's got 3 units up here, 2 infantry and an artillery. We're going to move these gentlemen out to encircle and destroy these 3 units right now. because I don't want him to start bringing more units up there. So the encirclement maneuver is going to be starting quicker than later. The Confederacy is forcing our hand a little bit here. So just maintain composure on our line, and you gentlemen, move out.
No, sir.
Just break rank. Sharpshooter, sit right there. Okay, so we are opening up. I'm not concerned about opening up our rear here. He's only got 2 infantry brigades. That's not a threat to our artillery division here. We're still getting a ridiculous amount of reinforcements here. Right now it is 11:30. We're going to get some more down in the south. Okay, we're going to get a lot more in the south in about 6-7 turns. A lot of infantry. And in the center, we're going to get, when we get this reinforcements here at 6 o'clock tonight in the game, I'm sorry, at 1800, Hayman's division in the center will probably start pushing out. And all the artillery at 1900. That's our final That's our final reinforcements at 1900. Okay, the mini-map, we can kind of move it out of the way a little bit, because there's not any units on the left side of the battlefield now. This might be all the Confederacy has to offer. They might not get any more reinforcements. So we're starting a little bit of encirclement in the north. Turn. Yeah, getting those reinforcements in the south are going to help us tremendously. Oh, those poor cavalry are about to get smashed. Yeah, he's really making a bad mistake here, charging our line. I say that, and it could turn into a complete rout. He might actually have really strong units. Okay, so focus up here. Right now, we want to get this artillery here out of action. So all 3 of you can target that artillery. You 2 are not good condition. So regular attack with you 2. And charge with this high morale division here. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. Schimmelpfennig Brigade. And now these gentlemen here will start working against these 2 infantry brigades up here. We'll get them to surrounded and pounded, while our line just continues to hold. Just keep holding. This has to hold. We've got Hayman in the south. We've got Hayman in the center, Hayman's brigade. And we have Major Chimp's brigade holding at bay all these Confederate forces here. Okay, cavalry, just relax. Just relax, my friends. You are about to be put into the action at any moment. It's taking a minute to rest the cavalry because I don't want to oversupply them. Not yet. Not until we capture more of the enemy supply. Alright, artillery. Yeah, we're gonna need to... It's funny how some of his units are maintaining good morale coming up against our line. Yeah, we're gonna have to get his artillery out of action here. We don't want him to bring that to bear on top of him charging us too. Because the Confederacy really likes to charge you. He has got a lot of artillery. So we made an excellent decision working on his artillery. We'll get the rest of our artillery at 1900 hours.
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease,
Okay.
man. At ease, man. At ease, man.
Hayman's brigade is
At ease, man.
holding the line
At ease, man. At ease,
in the center
at
there,
ease, man.
along the Banner House Road.
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man.
Major Chimp and his division is just dug in.
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man.
He's trying to encourage his boys to just sit back and relax. Okay. It's a lot better for viewing purposes being zoomed in like this, but it's difficult as the player to be zoomed in on a large battle. But now that we've pretty well got everybody in formation, we'll be able to... Oh, he's... The Confederacy is really making a push just south of the York Pike Road. He's bunched up his forces. We're only 13 turns in, and he's already got the majority of his army here at the hospital graveyard east of Gettysburg. He doesn't have any reinforcements right now. So we need to get these gentlemen here out of action. We need to get them... Oh, we just got them surrounded. You fools. You fools, you're surrounded. All right, you. Yeah, right now, I think we're going to do a cutting maneuver. Let me clear my throat. Okay, change of tactic. It is working, our idea, letting him come against us. But we're going to have a slight change of tactic here. He's still bringing some artillery up from the rear that are in the town of Gettysburg. The majority of his forces are now by the hospital graveyard and the Benner House. We've stopped his flanking maneuver in the north here. We're going to eliminate these two units, and we're going to start rolling all of our infantry from the north here, filling out this field up here. The center will hold. Hayman's brigade and all of the infantry in his division here are going to start cutting due west across the rebel hospital here in order to have them surrounded on three sides with infantry. In order to cut off their rear, we're going to move our cavalry. They're going to charge up here, coming along Benner's Run Creek. And they're just going to make a straight beeline for Gettysburg from this point. Just straight diagonally northwest. His cavalry that he has in the south, that is what we're going to use these units for. These infantry are going to keep them occupied. If that makes sense. So we're going to start moving this infantry up in order to occupy his cavalry. Because all of our cavalry is now on the move. We're starting the maneuver a little early, but I feel like we've got the Confederacy right in the area we want them to be. So we need to start the maneuver while they're still in the area we want them to be in. Okay, artillery. Might need to start helping out the infantry here. Major Chimp's brigade is starting to take a pounding. His division is under heavy Confederate rifle fire right now. Don't like that Confederate gun up there, though. Get out of there. He's bringing another nice one into play. It hasn't deployed yet, though. Fire. Okay, so... yeah, here's what we're going to do. Hayman's brigade is on the move. So we're going to start our bit of an encirclement here. Major Chimp is in a bit of a situation here. There's not too many units that we can break off to help defend or encircle. Yeah, we'll have to keep him in the rear. Because this unit here is about broken. So we're going to pull Major Chimp's brigade. He's going to hold the burnt house here. Everybody else, hold. Hold on pain of death. Oh, I don't like how you can get attacked from three sides. Harrow's brigade is about to take a pounding. He's already about got this Torpor brigade broken. But it's okay, because we moved Major Chimp's brigade here to cover him. So we're starting our bit of an encirclement maneuver. We're slightly ignoring his cavalry for the moment. Our infantry will just keep them busy. Because our cavalry, we need to swing in between his army. We want our cavalry to go in between his cavalry and his infantry and make a run here along this creek to cut off his rear. These infantry, we've got to finish these two off quickly so we can have all these brigades freed up to move south to cut off this angle here. And we are going to be continually getting reinforcements on this battle, so... okay, that unit's surrendered. Perfect. And nobody can attack him this turn, unfortunately. Okay, end turn. Dope fish rock at a graveyard fitting. Yes. I didn't even think about that. That is kind of funny that... we set up our killing zone to be at the hospital graveyard. And now that you're here, we need to name a brigade after you. So I will find one in a moment here. Okay, so that's the game plan. We've talked about that. Our infantry here needs to just keep his cavalry busy. Because we want to cut him off. Alright, artillery. Start off the turn opening up an artillery barrage here. Our horse artillery here are going to be good to fire on his infantry. A. Iverson. Yeah, get his guns out of whack. Oh, he didn't deploy this gun yet. J.B. Hood is in charge of a battery. Fire on that hill. All artillery, fire on that hill. Fire on Thomas Jackson's headquarter unit and J.B. Hood Artillery Brigade. Perfect. Okay, boys. Heyman's division is moving out. We are working on encircling the enemy. Major Chimp's brigade, dig in. Because Torbert here is in major trouble. So our line is getting a little bit thinner. But we are well rested and dug in. We let the enemy come to us on this engagement. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, in the south is going to be key. We've got to get this infantry out of here. We've got to free up these units to start coming along Hunterstown Road. Sharpshooter, fire. You, charge in the back. Some charges could really...
No, sir.
Perfect, alright. We had to use a couple of chargers, which are expensive, but we got that unit out of commission quick. Start moving this infantry up.
Sir.
His flanking maneuver in the north failed. He's trying to do something with his cavalry down here, but our infantry here is going to keep them occupado.
No, sir.
While our cavalry and headquarter units, which the headquarter units are just useful for blocking, they have no attack capability. Oh, our cavalry is just, they're about to open up on open ground. They got through these woods quick. So our plan is to run our cavalry in between our two armies and in between theirs and cut them off right here in the rear. I think we're about to get some reinforcements too. It's 1300 on July 1st. Yeah, next turn we're going to get some reinforcements in the south. Oh, when we get that push there at 1800 and 1830, when we get all those infantry on that road in the south there, 1800, we're going to get some massive reinforcements along the Hanover Road. So we just have to have everybody just keep holding until our reinforcements come into play. I'm shocked that he's not gotten any more reinforcements yet. Okay, this is working. This is working. Turn. Yeah, we've got the majority of his units. They're starting to get enveloped. But I like to close the encirclement before I really pound him, because when I start pounding him, his units will start retreating, and it'll break the encirclement. So I don't want him to be too weak, you know. And it's okay if he breaks out of it a little bit, because we can easily fill gaps with our reinforcements. So these gentlemen that we just got are far away. But they're already in marching formation. So we got a few from Baltimore Pike there. Yeah, ooh, nice job with our infantry bogging down his cavalry right here. Oh, he's in trouble now. Our infantry is doing a good job keeping his cavalry at bay, giving our cavalry time to swoop around. And Hayman's brigade is really working on the encirclement. Oh, this is beautiful.
No, sir.
Yeah, our cavalry is coming out of the woods, gunning for downtown Gettysburg. So we might have to sacrifice some of them to get this envelopment to work. Okay, he's got a cavalry in the north there that is kind of messing up our cohesion. So we're going to need to just go ahead. Goodbye. That was quick. He got dealt with quickly. Oh. Okay, infantry in the north is doing their duty. Major Chimp's division here is holding. He's keeping the enemy occupied, screaming taunts, jumping up and down like a chimpanzee, teasing the Confederate army to stay where they're at. He's so loud and he's bothering them so bad, he's trolling them so bad that they just don't realize that they're getting surrounded. Hayman's division in the south is across the stream, getting dug in. Yeah, I forgot that you could rename units in this game. That actually makes it kind of fun. Alright, artillery, take out his guns. And I'm not really concerned with putting him into total retreat. I just want to soften him up. I don't want him to be like running away like this artillery piece is. I really don't want that to happen. I want him to just be damaged real bad like this, but still in fighting order. When he's retreating like this, they really can move off the battlefield fairly quickly. So he has not been able to bring any of his guns to bear. We owned the cannon battle. Just absolutely owned it. Okay, I think we're going to start getting some reinforcements along the Hanover Road here. And that's good because they'll come up and they'll push Hayman's division in the rear and swallow. Our cavalry has got to get across this gap now. Hunterstown Road is key. Oh, well, if we get this envelopment complete here in the next turn or two, the Confederates going to lose 90% of their army. Yeah, he's unable to break out of our solid line. Okay, I think he's getting a little bit of reinforcements, but that's okay. Yeah, he's starting to get some reinforcements in the northwest. Too far away to be of any concern to us right now. It's not going to affect what we've got going on, because we are also getting reinforcements too. We have a steady stream of troops coming up from the south. Alright, that infantry brigade right there is going to be trouble for us. Any artillery that can hit him, which probably none of our artillery can. So we might have to swing a little wider than I had thought. Work on over here. Okay, these two units here are pretty bad condition. We'll have to dig them in right there. They're of no use to us. So we're running out of space in the north with infantry. Now we've got to get our cavalry into play. Hold on. Charge that position. Same with you. Alright, we've just taken that bridge. Perfect. Yeah, we're getting our cavalry up and around. Got a good feeling we can cut them off right there. It's going to be tricky because of this infantry brigade right here. J.H. Lane is the only smart Confederate brigade that realized what's going on. And he's screaming to his boys, "Hey, we're getting encircled! We're getting encircled!" He's the only one that is understanding what's happening on the battlefield in the bigger picture. Yeah, Hayman's brigade is going to have to get on the offensive a bit here. Alright, artillery, fire up these guys. We're going to have to push our line forward a little bit. Tighten up some of these tiles here. Oh, nice. We can hit those guys in the back. Perfect. Ooh, I love the Parrott cannon. Yep, we're going to have to tighten this up. Hayman's division is going on the offensive a bit. There he is right there. Alright, all these gentlemen here hold. So I kind of had to do that in order to get our infantry up here a little bit.